Brothers and sisters, in the 120 years since LiUNA was founded, nothing was handed to us. This made us stronger and better equipped to face challenges. Now it's up to us to continue the fight and keep our union growing strong for the next 120 years. I'm General President Brent Booker, and I want every laborer to be in the know about our union, our wages, our rights, and our retirement security. This series will cover topics that impact your bottom line and arm you with the knowledge that you need for a more secure future for you and your family. When you know the power of LiUNA, you feel the power of LiUNA, and you can use the power of LiUNA.
If you're one of the great Americans building our roads or bridges, you've probably seen a sign like this one posted on your job site. And you might be wondering what a prevailing wage is. The prevailing wage is the rate of pay on public works projects. It's based on how much most people make in their area for each craft. The idea is that when you help build this great nation of ours, you should earn a fair wage and a middle-class life, no matter where you live. It makes it cost-effective for contractors to hire locally, so they don't bring in cheap labor from afar. It's just common sense that taxpayer-funded projects should create good jobs in the community with competitive wages and benefits. 90 years ago, during the Great Depression, Americans were desperate for work. Companies across all industries took advantage of the dire situation by lowering wages. Greed prevailed. Uncle Sam decided that he shouldn't take part in this race to the bottom, so the government passed the Davis-Bacon Act. The law requires that federally funded construction projects pay workers a prevailing wage. Soon after, FDR's New Deal pumped some much-needed cash into the veins of this nation. We went to work, building America's infrastructure, and we pulled the U.S. out of the Great Depression, proving that working people are the backbone of the entire economy. When the middle class does well, everyone does well. Fast forward to the present day. Laborers are still the ones making this whole operation run. And thanks to Biden's historic infrastructure law, we have more jobs than ever paying a prevailing wage and contributing to health care, pensions, and job training benefits. It's a good time to be a laborer, no doubt about it, especially because about half of the states also have their own prevailing wage laws. They make sure contractors and subcontractors working on state-funded projects pay their workers right, because why would state governments want to lowball their own people? Well, here's the rub. There are some real scumbags out there, certain dark money groups and anti-worker politicians, fighting to overturn these laws. They argue that you get paid too much. They claim that they could get it done for much cheaper if they didn't have to abide by prevailing wage laws or pesky labor standards. In the past 10 years, 6 states have repealed their prevailing wage laws, and the results were predictable. Workers get paid less. Plus, these states are more likely to bring in out-of-state contractors with lower labor standards and out-of-state workers with less training. This leads to higher rates of injuries and worse. But at least they save big on construction costs, right? Of course they don't. The state gets shoddy work that's expensive to fix, and all those tax dollars go elsewhere along with the jobs. And when you've got construction workers in the community relying on food stamps and government assistance programs, it ends up costing the taxpayer more money. The contractor may pocket more profit, but the taxpayer suffers in the long run, and the workforce gets screwed. But there's hope yet. After Michigan lawmakers nixed the state's prevailing wage law in 2018, working people fought back. We elected pro-worker candidates in the state senate and governorship, and we changed the course of history. This March, Governor Whitmer reinstated Michigan's prevailing wage law. So, did our lawmakers in Washington learn their lesson? No. In February, the United States House of Representatives introduced legislation to repeal the federal prevailing wage law. It was sponsored by 10 Republican House members. But it's up to us to make sure legislation like this never passes. Now more than ever, we can't afford to ignore politics. Our livelihoods are determined by the leaders we elect, and our rights, they're not carved in stone. No matter where you hang your hat, your voice carries weight. When the politicians come a-knocking for your vote, you gotta ask, where do they stand on prevailing wage laws? And if they give you some wishy-washy answer, don't you dare back down. Let them know loud and clear that protecting the hardworking folks who build this nation isn't something we're willing to negotiate on. We gotta make the politicians feel the power of the workers and the power of unity. If they vote to chip away at our prevailing wage laws, we'll turn out in droves to vote them right out of office. because that's the power of LiUNA. Feel the power.